Hey there, whole beans and meerkatters. This is Wendy Reese with Whole Bean Inc. And I just want to take a second here so that I can start recording. Perfect. It is working. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today is Wisdom Wednesday, and I just want to start with a little bit of a grounding meditation. So if you can, if you're in a place where you can close your eyes, I invite you to close your eyes. If you're not, and you can at least have your feet flat on the floor, I invite you to press your feet down into the floor. Begin to deepen your breath. Just be aware of your breath moving in and out of your body. And as you do this, imagine that you're standing in the most beautiful place in nature. It doesn't matter if it's in a forest or the mountains, the beach, or even out of your body. Even at the ocean. And as you're standing in the beauty of nature, just allow yourself to start to feel the energy of the earth come up through your legs, through your hips, your torso, and dance around your heart. And as you exhale, breathe that energy back out with love and gratitude. And when I'm talking about breathing in the energy of the earth, so it's that energy of nature. There is a beautiful balancing energy in nature. As I look out my windows at the forest, I know these trees are not comparing themselves to each other. The deciduous trees are not saying, oh man, I wish I was an evergreen and I still had color on me. And the evergreens don't say in the fall, oh man, I wish I was a maple tree because they're so beautiful. They just are who they are. And there's entire ecosystems that exist within nature that all rely on one another. And there's a peaceful strength that sometimes can be more of a forceful strength in nature. So you're breathing all of that energy up and you're breathing out love and gratitude. And I invite your heart to continue to breathe in that energy and breathe out love and gratitude as we move through this little talk today. Jack Canfield said that one of life's fundamental truths state that ask and you shall receive. As kids, we get used to asking for things, but somehow we lose our ability in adulthood. We come up with all sorts of excuses and reasons to avoid any possibility of criticism or rejection. In yoga, there are 5 core excuses. Kala, which is the belief of limited capacity. That is all of the things that we say, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that either. I think of from my personal training days when I would throw something like push-ups or pull-ups into a workout and my client would say, I can't do that. Yeah, we can do it 99% of the time. It's more of a fear of failure that keeps us from trying it. The next one is avidya, the belief of limited knowledge. I don't know how to do that. I don't know enough. I need to get more certifications. I need to get more knowledge. I need to learn more before I can show up and speak my truth, speak my wisdom. The next one is raga, or belief in not enough. I'm not smart enough, pretty enough, wise enough, rich enough, tall enough, short enough. Any of those. It can be any of the enoughs. It's always just this place of scarcity. Kala is the belief that time is real, and we say, I don't have enough time. Well, in this human form, the way that our clock system works, Chronos time, is that we have the same 24 hours, the same 7 days a week as everybody else. What we spend our time on, consciously or unconsciously makes all the difference in the world. And there's a second component to this time, in that when we experience a heartache or a painful experience, some kind of limiting experience, and we say, I never want to feel that way again, and we pull that from the past into the future, even though the present moment may not be anything remotely like what that past experience was, our mind is trying to keep us safe from experiencing that again. And so we bypass the present, and we bypass all of the opportunities that are available to us in the present. And then the final one is niyayata. It's a hard one for me to say, and it's the believe in and the fear of death, that once we die, that's it. Nothing else. There's nowhere else to go. And that's kind of only partially true. Our human form dies, but our energy does not. And even if you don't believe in reincarnation, even if you don't believe in God, there is still the quantum physics that we are just energy, and that energy dissipates into something else, even if it's compost. There's all kinds of other explanations of what happens when we die. 99% of the time, we lean into all of these excuses as a way to keep us safe from our perceived safety zone. It keeps us in a tribe, or reduces the risk of not being accepted, or reduces the risk of even being loved. The thing is, most of the time, these excuses don't do any of those, because they keep us from showing up fully as our most brilliant, magnificent version of ourself, our highest self. So I want to invite you to start paying attention to the excuses that you make to yourself and to others. Everything from not doing what you say you're going to do, to doing the things you said you weren't going to do. And being as how it's January and we typically are very health conscious, it's all about, oh, I'm not going to eat these foods and then you do, or I'm going to exercise and you don't. It can be far, far, far greater than that. There's a whole wide scale of how we do that. And be mindful of why you're really making that excuse. So is it to keep me safe, accepted, and loved? And is it really keeping me safe, accepted, and loved? Those are really important things to dig into within ourselves, to be able to evolve into the highest version of ourselves. I want to share with you a quote from George Washington Carver. 99% of failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. So today, bust through the excuses. Start paying attention to how you make excuses, how you're showing up in the world, and is it in alignment with the best version of you? Infinite love and gratitude. I would love to hear what you think about this. I'd love to hear what your excuses are. And if you need help with busting through some of those excuses, I do discovery sessions to see how I can help you and how you can move into that more whole version of you. Be whole. Namaste. See you soon.